The other day, one of my raiders reached out to me in Discord and he said, "Hey, if you get a second, I'd like to sit down, chat with you tonight about a couple of things on my mind." Now, as a side note, I immediately go to the darkest, worst place that as a guild and raid leader you can go to, which is I'm losing a raider. I'm losing all my raiders. There's a mass exodus. There's a huge drama. There's a problem. Something's wrong, and I need to fix it. I need to do something immediately. Oh my God, the sky's falling. Now, maybe that's just me. I don't know, but that's immediately where my mind went to. So I said, okay, cool. Give me a couple of minutes. I was working on some stuff. We'll sit down. We'll figure out what's going on. Cool. Thumbs up. Everybody's happy. So I knock out some stuff around the house, normal chores, whatever. Sit down, reach out to him again. I say, hey, I'm open for the rest of the night. You let me know when you're good. We jump into Discord, and I ask him what's going on. What's up? What can I help you with? What do you need? And his response was not what I expected. Instead, he said, hey, look, I've been in this guild 6-8 weeks now. I'm really enjoying myself. I love this guild. I feel like this is my home now. This is what I've been looking for. Blah, blah, blah. We are recruiting 9 to 12 Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And he said, I want to give back. What can I do to help you? And this is something that I've talked to you guys about for a while now, right? Whether you are in a leadership position or not, the act of taking initiative is in itself something that a leader does, right? It doesn't mean that you're in charge of anything, but you have the initiative to go, I'm going to jump in and do a thing, whatever that thing is. However, even though I've encouraged you guys many times to take the initiative, to jump in, to help where you can, to essentially step up when others will not step up, I haven't talked about what you do. And this was a conversation that he and I had where I said, okay, you want to help. Now, I wasn't in a position where I felt comfortable, and I said this to him, promoting him to a leadership position. I didn't need another officer. I already had the required amount of people to help me run the raid, so I didn't necessarily need that whole field. So what do I need? And that's the discussion that we had and what I want to talk to you guys about today. Because here's the thing. There are items in running a guild and in running a raid that I'm going to miss. There are things that I am really good at. There are things that I am not so good at, right? And that's where, and I've talked about this before, you as a raid leader or a guild leader, you need to surround yourself with people that kind of fill in those gaps that you as a leader have. I know, for example, that one of my big flaws especially is I forget to go through details on every single pull. My goal is to continue to push the raid, continue to get pulls in, continue to clear trash. So I may miss the fact that one of the DPSers that we just pugged isn't pulling his weight. It may be blind to me that this person out there continues to take raid-wide damage or, to take damage that's unnecessary because I'm so focused on other items. And that's why I have an officer who fills in that gap, who goes, hey, here's what I'm seeing. You want me to take care of it or you want to do it? And that's what I want you guys to do, is when you are in a position where you want to step up, whether you're looking simply, in this Raiders case, to help out your guild, you like it, you love it, you really want to see this guild, this organization, this group thrive, or you may in fact want all those things and you are aspiring to take on a more leadership type role. And again, this of course applies to real life as well. What skill are you good at? What can you do to take a little bit of burden off of my shoulders? Is it something that you can do in the raid? Is it something that you can do outside of the raid? Is it something that you can do to help prepare? What can you as a raider do? And we sat and we talked about that for a good chunk of time. And ultimately, in this example, when he and I ended our discussion, I wanted him to be vocal to me about the problems and issues that he sees within the guild, which is something that I will always encourage all of my raiders to do. Whether you are freshly promoted to a raiding member of my guild, or you're an old school dinosaur like me who's been in the guild, February of this year will be 13 years. If you're seeing an issue, bring it up. It is your responsibility and your right as a raiding member to do that, because I may be missing things. I may be blind to certain things, and I want you as a player, you as a raider, to do this. Now, will that help me? It may hinder me a little bit if he brings up these issues and there are more things on my shoulders, more weight, more burden, etc. But I think that also gets him thinking, and hopefully gets you guys thinking. And I know especially he's one that watches my videos, that you as a player, you as a person can, and we've talked about this before, take a step back and evaluate, right? Maybe the weekend after a raid week and go, man, he's not great, or I'm not seeing maybe, because a lot of behind the scenes stuff, you not in a leadership position, you not a guild leader, raid leader, officer, whatever the rank structure is, you may not see that these things are going on. But the fact is that, maybe you can offer your services or offer to assist. For example, and I've talked about this before several times, one of the things that my guild has started doing, I think we started to do it, Battle for Dazara Lore, is I have created a chat channel for every single raider. Every single raider gets their own channel. Now, this is a channel for 3 items, primarily. One, it is for me to address problems and concerns with you. You're showing up late, bad attitude, etc., etc. It is an opportunity for you to respond to me and say, hey, I was really pissed off, offended. I really liked how you did this, that, the other. But it also gives a chance for us to look through the logs and me to go, hey, you're really getting hammered by this, or hey, maybe this talent should be better, and we can work that out. However, we did have an opportunity where one of my raiders reached out and they said, hey, I need some help with mage stuff. Oddly enough, it was the same guy. I need some help with some mage stuff. Can we get all the mages together? Let's go through logs. Did just that, made a private Discord channel. All my mages were in there, sitting there, talking back and forth. Maybe let's go this way, that way. Hey, try this opener, etc. DPS was brought up. And it was the initiative of bringing all of those raiders together. Maybe a little bit of reading, maybe a little bit of research, maybe a little bit of theory crafting, maybe a little bit of discussion and healthy competition between these raiders. And it all stemmed from one player taking the initiative, one player reaching out and going, I want to step up. I want to improve, even if it's only one other person. Even if it's an insignificant in the overall grand scheme of things. If I can stand up, I can step up and put one player on the path to success, that's one issue my raid leader, my guild leader, my leadership doesn't have to worry about, and the whole raid benefits. And I thought that was a really cool thing that he did. It was a very productive conversation. It was a great time for 2 raiders, 2 guild members, a raid and guild leader, myself, and this raider to just sit down and chat. We learned a lot about each other. We got to talk to each other, man to man, player to player, guild member to guild member, all this good stuff, right? We got to talk about good stuff and bad stuff in the guild, and thoughts and what if I go this way, as a raider, what would be your opinion? And what we did was, not only did we improve the raid, not only did I gain someone that is willing to put forth work to take, again, that weight off of my shoulders, but now I have a person that I can rely on to assist, to jump in, to take on a leadership role if I need it, someone to bounce ideas off of, and I know a little bit about this person. It's all about investing in each other, and it was a really good thing. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully it helps you out. If you like it, you guys know what to do. If you didn't like it, let me know down in the comments below. Till next time, guys. I'll see ya.